I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shoulder up. Ready. Right. Peace. Forward. Up.
A big thank you to the New Orleans Police Department Color Guard for presenting our colors. You all can now have a seat, please. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Y'all can do better than that. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Daryl Forges, news anchor for WDSU News. It's such an honor and privilege to be here with you all today for the 52nd annual Bayou Classic presented by Procter & Gamble and our Bayou Classic Welcome Press Conference presented by ExxonMobil. All right, so what an exciting day. We once again return to the Caesars Superdome to kick off this week of exciting family-friendly events and celebrations recognizing the history, pride, and traditions that surround historically black colleges and universities nationwide, and in particular, the traditions of two of Louisiana's most esteemed HBCUs, Southern University and Grambling State University. I am overwhelmed by the energy I felt throughout New Orleans, excited for the Bayou Classic as we kick off our festivities to culminate with a battle of the gridiron on Saturday for one of America's greatest college sports rivalries, that of the Southern Jaguars versus the Grambling State Tigers. So who in here is rooting for Grambling? Anybody in here? Anybody? Okay. All right, we got some Jaguars fans in here this morning. Well, before we continue, I want to take this moment, and since I am up here right now, to one specific Southern graduate is not here with us today, but she is watching us on air and online right now. And her name is Karen Langston. She's also known as my mama.
Oh, Mama.
So, hey, Mom. So Bayou Classic is not just a New Orleans tradition. It's not just a Louisiana tradition. It's a national tradition and treasure. And we are honored to have Congressman Troy Carter here with us today. Congressman, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much. And thank you all for being here for what we know to be one heck of a good time. Two outstanding schools that are known for their athletic prowess, but also for their academic prowess. The necessity to honor and highlight these talented ball players, talented coaches, administration, leaders, is a great time to be in the city of New Orleans. Give them a big round of applause. To our outstanding Mayor, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, City of New Orleans Deputy Superintendent Chief Hans Gaucher, all of our elected officials that are in the audience, I refer to them as my partners in justice. I'd ask you to rise so everyone can see our elected officials that are here. Please rise. Sheriff, that's right. Give them a round of applause. Because when they take their time to be here to highlight these great institutions, they highlight this great city. And we put forward for the whole nation to see. Bayou Classic is so much more than just a football game. It's a reunion. It's a time for people to show up with their blue jeans or their best of the best attire, to demonstrate their pride for the institutions that gave them the education to make them the successful people that they are. To Chancellor John Pierre, President Dennis Shields, President Martin Lamel, President CEO Dr. Rick Gallo, congratulations to all of you for your incredible leadership in making these schools what they are. Give our leadership a big round of applause. Thank you for leading the charge as we look forward to the big game. Today is a historic occasion, the 52nd annual Bayou Classic. It's not just a game, it's a tradition, a celebration of resilience, rivalry, and an unyielding determination to two exemplary institutions, Grambling State University and Southern University. As we celebrate the centenary anniversary of the Bayou Classic, let's reflect on the rich history of this event. For more than 8 decades, Tigers and Jaguars have defined excellence in HBCU football, accumulating 45 SWAC championships, fostering 7 NFL Hall of Famers, and etching their names into sports history. This annual clash transcends the field. Its weekend speculates draws some 250,000 visitors to our vibrant city from around the world, boasting their pride of their universities. The Battle of Bands, featuring Southern's Human Jukebox and Grambling State Tiger Marching Band, transforms the stadium into a symphony of school spirit, echoing through the hearts of fans. The game goes beyond the realm of sports and entertainment. It serves as a beacon for HBCUs, showcasing their invaluable contributions to higher education and fostering a sense of pride among students, alumni, and the broader community. The Bayou Classic stands as a powerful symbol of excellence and resilience inherent in these two great institutions, showcasing their capacity to produce not only outstanding athletes, but also scholars, leaders, and trailblazers. As a graduate of Xavier University, I know the profound impact that these institutions have on our students. So as we celebrate the 52nd annual Bayou Classic, we also celebrate the enduring legacy of HBCUs in shaping the minds, breaking barriers, and building leaders for the future. So let us not leave this weekend, Madam Mayor, without spending a whole lot of money. Let us not leave this weekend without reaching out to each other and reminding each other that while there is a bitter rivalry between these two blockbusters, at the end of the day, nobody's a loser when we have a strong education system. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, Congressman. The City of New Orleans is thrilled to extend world-class hospitality to the fans, alumni, friends, and families who will travel from all over the country for this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Please join me, now for the final time now, as Mayor of New Orleans, coming to the stage, the Mayor of the City of New Orleans, Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning, and thank you very much. Absolutely, this will be a culmination, I would say, of my service to the City of New Orleans as its mayor. And a hallmark is always the power of the Bayou Classic. I don't know about you, but it is a real symbol of how we can come together as one, because we understand that we're stronger together in every aspect. So as I look at you, I look at the power of the Bayou Classic, and I say, the City of New Orleans, you know that we are a world-class city. We are built to host, but we are ready for the 52nd Annual Classic that, again, is second to none in the City of New Orleans and, of course, the state of Louisiana. When I also think about the Bayou Classic in terms of its power, it's the power of community, where it's not just about competition relative to Grambling and Southern and our football teams coming together. It is about how we build one another up, because we are all winners here. And especially when you pass through and you learn through the doors of an HBCU and that of Grambling and that of Southern, you know you leave understanding who you are and whose you are. And at the core of it will always be community, will always be family, will always be that bright light and bright star in the City of New Orleans. I know that Chief Hans will follow me, will let you know, give you more information about how we are absolutely prepared to host in a unified way, not just the New Orleans Police Department, of course, fire, EMS, no doubt about it, 911, 311, but also the partnership with State Police, thank you, I see you, Colonel, and of course, all national law enforcement agencies, we are one team. And so with that, the city of New Orleans, we are excited. And a part of one of the biggest things I would say about serving as the mayor of the city of New Orleans, and especially at times like this, when you're standing on legacy and you're standing on a foundation that has preceded you and will continue, it's about keeping the good things going and growing along the way, which is also what we're going to experience this Bayou Classic. Never in our history have we had STEM NOLA, have we had ExxonMobil ensuring that our young people right here on this field kicking off today learning STEM that will not only lead them to a higher education, but will lead them to a lifetime of achievement and of legacy, because we all have a responsibility to it. So God bless you. Thank you all who are on the dais who have made this possible. All of our sponsors, we could not do it without you, but no doubt about it, we cannot do it without our students. We cannot do it without our HBCU family, with our parents, our community as a whole. And I'm going to tell you, I have a senior in high school, oh my goodness, who is looking at being, of course, HBCU bound like her mother and like her father, who did finish from the Southern University Law Center. But I tell you, the way is in our front, and it will only be through our HBCU community and how we educate our people and our young people to know that in the midst of any adversity, when you're groomed and you're formed at an HBCU, you're built to last. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Cantrell. She just talked about officials for public safety here. We did see Colonel Hodges from Louisiana State Police. Can you please stand, sir, wherever you are? Thank you, sir. Representatives of the Louisiana National Guard, if you're here, please stand. And also a representative of the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries, could you please stand? Thank you so much for being with us here this morning. Now, ensuring the safety and security of the Bayou Classic weekend is a tremendous undertaking, and we are fortunate to have the dedicated leadership of the New Orleans Police Department guiding these efforts. Now, while Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick could not be with us today, please join me in welcoming the Chief Deputy Superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department, Mr. Hans Gantier.
Well, good morning. The NOPD's priority is ensuring everyone has a safe yet enjoyable time during this event. The department will implement an extensive operations plan for public safety for the attendees, visitors, businesses, and community for this holiday weekend. More than 400 NOPD officers will be deployed to the weekend coverage. This includes walking beats, mounted patrols, traffic officers, bicycle patrols, tactical officers, and of course officers covering Bourbon Street. We will also be deploying drones, plainclothes officers, and will be monitoring video cameras from the RTCC. We will be supported in this effort, working side by side by our federal, state police and local law enforcement partners. In addition, the Louisiana National Guard will also be working downtown to provide enhanced security. This is part of the long-standing partnership and collaboration we've always had with the National Guard, and they will be deployed in the same capacity as they were for Mardi Gras, Super Bowl, and Sugar Bowl earlier this year. We are aware some of the residents may have concerns about the National Guard's presence in the city, and we want to be clear that the National Guard is not here for immigration enforcement, but for visibility, public safety, and in support of the NOPD. We do expect heavy pedestrian and vehicular traffic, and our traffic division will be monitoring traffic and will enforce traffic closures if necessary. Our officers will always allow residents, hotel guests, and restaurant employees to get to their destination. We ask everyone to plan ahead, give yourself plenty of time to get to your venue during this time, and we really want everyone to have a safe and enjoyable Bayou Classic. and the NOPD and their partners will be there to ensure that happens. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, this time I'd like to recognize the other officials we have with us here today. We have Representative Delisha Boyd. Please stand. New Orleans Fire Department Chief Roman Nelson's with us today. Councilman Eugene Green. Sheriff-elect, where's she at? Michelle Woodfork. I did see him walk in. Councilman Freddie King, where you at, sir? We have James Baker here representing Councilman J.P. Morrell's office. Representative Joy Walters is here. And we also have former Councilman Jared Brosette is with us as well. And we also would like to extend our sincere thanks, even though he's not with us today, to Cedric Richmond for helping us with his continued commitment to supporting students across Louisiana. His dedication to expanding opportunity is reflected in the Cedric Richmond Scholarship Program administered through the Governor's Office of Strategic Community Initiatives, which provides financial support to deserving Louisiana college students who demonstrate academic achievement, leadership, and community involvement. One more round of applause for our public officials. All right, so year after year, the city of New Orleans welcomes fans of the Bayou Classic with arms wide open. Without support of our hospitality industry, this would not be possible at all. So please at this time, welcome Kevin Ferguson with New Orleans & Company to extend welcome to Bayou Classic fans on behalf of the more than 80,000 New Orleanians who work to provide visitors with the utmost hospitality each and every day.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. On behalf of New Orleans & Company and our industry, I want to welcome our fans and friends from Grambling State University and Southern University back to New Orleans. I tell people all the time, as a tourism organization, we bring a ton of events, conferences, conventions, meetings to the city, and this is by far my favorite week of the year. You can't have favorite children, but you can have favorite events, and Bayou Classic has been so critically important to me and my family over the years. It's always exciting to stand up here and be here. I want to talk a little bit about impact and why Bayou Classic is so important. So our mission at New Orleans & Company is to inspire, promote, and encourage travel to our city for the economic, social, and community benefit of New Orleans and its people. And what that means is we're bringing over 1,000 conferences, meetings, and groups to the city every year. We're booking conferences into the year 2042. We're bringing Super Bowls, championship games, and bidding on the next ones. And what I can tell you is that competition is as fierce and competitive as it ever has been. We're competing with cities across the country that you wouldn't even believe for those conferences, conventions, and special events. Everybody wants a Super Bowl. Everybody wants a national championship game. We still do it better than anybody else, but it is harder and the cost is going up, which is why events like Bayou are so critically important. The events that we know are going to be here every year that support our economy and that have a deep impact, that is why we continue to invest in Bayou Classic on top of the things that we pursue from out of state. And I want to thank everybody here. Take a look around. It was great walking in this room and seeing so many friends, partners from the public side, from the private side, and that is what it takes for Bayou Classic and local events to be successful. So thank you all for being a part of that. I do want to talk about impact, right? And when you look at Bayou Classic, there is real impact here. It's tens of millions of dollars in economic impact. And I want to break that down for people what that means. That's tens of thousands of hotel rooms. That's for those 80,000 plus that work in our industry. That's extra shifts, extra tips, that's extra employment. As somebody that used to wait tables at the Bennigan's and Algiers and shuck oysters on Decatur Street, these things matter. This is how our city thrives when we have these events in town and that support. And when you look at a more granular and local level, the impact on our community. I'm always excited to represent New Orleans & Company, but one of the things I realize when we talk about events and the things that we bring here, they don't connect to our community in the way that some do. And Bayou Classic is something that the people in our community feel a part of. I grew up as a child on the West Bank. My parents didn't go to college at all, but not at HBCU, and we always felt at home at Bayou Classic. My kids who are here in the audience somewhere, And they're representing each school equally. I want y'all to know that. So I got one in Grambling gear and one in Southern gear. Their parents didn't go to HBCU, but they've been at Bayou Classic every year they've been alive. I pushed them in a stroller in this building, and it's something that we look to as a family together. That's the impact locally. There's a pride that people in New Orleans, whether they went to Grambling or Southern, have in this product and in this event. And we've got to continue that. So we're reaching the 52nd. The support has been there. I ask everybody here, continue to support this event, continue to support these excellent universities, and New Orleans and Company and our hospitality industry will always be there to support it with you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Kevin, and thank you to New Orleans and Company for their ongoing support and partnership with Bayou Classic. Now, Kevin, I did not know that you were born on the West Bank. So was I. And as a journalist, I report the facts, and the fact is the West Bank is the best bank, all right? Come on now. All right, we move on, though, all right? This year, it was announced that both Grambling University Foundation and the Southern University System Foundation extended their long-term partnership with Procter & Gamble Company to continue as the official presiding sponsor of the 52nd Annual Bayou Classic. And joining us today to talk all about that and so much more and welcome you all is Miss Lynette Augustine, representing Procter & Gamble.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Bayou Classic Monday. I am Lynette Augustine, the Global Innovation Oral Care Supply Chain Director at Procter & Gamble, based in Cincinnati, Ohio. I am also a proud engineering graduate of the Southern University. My dad and my husband are also here today, and I just wanted to recognize them. Also my dad for his making sure he paid my tuition and I graduated debt-free, so super thank you, Dad. And also my husband for his just unwavering love for Southern University and Grambling. It is an honor to be here. Procter & Gamble has proudly sponsored the Bayou Classic for 9 years, and for the last 5 years, served as your presenting sponsor. The Bayou Classic is a celebration of heritage, leadership, and unlimited power. Through brands like Crest, Febreze, Tide, Cascade, Charmin, Gillette, and many more, we provide experiences and practical support, showing up with everyday essentials students need to succeed. Procter & Gamble also celebrates you. Thank you for supporting the Bayou Classic. Please also enjoy our P&G products. As we prepare for game day, a sincere thank you to President Shields, President Lamel, the community leaders, our beautiful mayor, and all the city officials. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for developing incredible students and for providing our nation with the largest attended and televised HBCU football game. Thank you for supporting our P&G brands and, more importantly, the future leaders their institution cultivate. We are extremely proud of what you do. This is how we HBCU. Good luck. Go Tigers. Go Jaguars.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Lynette, for you and Procter & Gamble's continued support of Bayou Classic. This year marks P&G's 9th consecutive year as a proud Bayou Classic sponsor, a testament to their unwavering commitment to our HBCU community, our students, and the enduring spirit of this historic weekend. We're also pleased to welcome Regina Davis, Complex Operations Manager of ExxonMobil, whose leadership, partnership have been instrumental in expanding this year's Bayou Classic program.
Good morning. Good morning. So I'm Regina Davis. I am the operations manager at our Baton Rouge complex right here in Louisiana, one of our largest petrochemical facilities, and I am so honored and excited to be here. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, the West Bank, the best bank. We've already established that. But what I really want to say is that I am so thrilled, and on behalf of ExxonMobil, we're thrilled to be able to sponsor the Bayou Classic press conference today, and to also be among elected leaders, business owners, and community partners. As a first-generation college graduate growing up, I was not naturally exposed to the possibilities that STEM could unlock. I honestly didn't even know what STEM was. What changed that was attending a summer camp that exposed me to STEM, much like the one that's happening today. And that experience inspired me to pursue a career in engineering, which opened so many doors, including becoming the first person of color to run our Baton Rouge ExxonMobil refinery, which has been in operation since 1909. At ExxonMobil, we believe in creating these same opportunities for students. We invest in initiatives that spark curiosity and build pathways to STEM careers. These initiatives help connect students to what they will learn in the classroom to the potential careers in the future, which will shape the future of energy and empower them to imagine themselves in roles that will absolutely make a difference. Recognizing the importance of education, we're connecting our support of the Bayou Classic and two historic institutions to an exciting event that will introduce future Jags and Tigers to STEM. During the Bayou Classic's first ever STEM Fest, students of all ages and their families will have the chance to explore more than 60 hands-on activities, from robotics to virtual reality, in partnership with STEM NOLA. Thank you to the STEM NOLA team, led by Dr. Calvin Mackey, and the entire Bayou Classic team for their partnership in putting on this outstanding event. This morning, we hope many students discover and fall in love with STEM, maybe some for the first time. Today's event is not just a STEM fest. We're welcoming the next generation of engineers and innovators, some who will lead companies like ExxonMobil one day. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
All right, another West Banker. That's interesting. Thank you, Ms. Regina, for your support of Bayou Classic and ExxonMobil's leadership in developing the STEM Fest that will follow today's program. If y'all get a chance later, y'all, this is incredible what they've done today. It's absolutely amazing. We also want to thank all our sponsors of Bayou Classic and ExxonMobil's leadership in developing the STEM Fest that will follow today's program. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this all possible. We'd like to thank Entergy as the official post-game sponsor of Bayou Classic. And special thanks to Entergy Group Vice President, Corporate Communications, Robert Hatley, who is with us today. Rob, can you please stand, sir? Wells Fargo, the official banking sponsor of the Bayou Classic. Coca-Cola, who is the presenting sponsor of the exciting Bayou Classic halftime show. And thank you to Mario Lee for joining us today and the entire United Coca-Cola family for their support. You all please stand from the folks from Coke. I have a very special interest with Coca-Cola because my brother works for you all based in Atlanta. You all do an amazing job. Thank you all so much. And thank you to AARP, who has grown their support of Bayou Classic each and every year. We also have some of our community sponsors and partners here with us today. Son of a Saint, recognized as the official nonprofit partner of the Bayou Classic for the third consecutive year, with many of its mentees working in partnership with Bayou Classic to make the series of events so successful. We recognize Bibby and Sonny Lee, who is here today on behalf of Son of a Saint. Sonny, I saw you earlier. Where you at? Hey, there you go. Fresh off a very successful Son of a Saint gala over the weekend. And then we also have the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club Incorporated, represented here today by Zulu President Oscar Rainey. Zulu recognizes that Bayou Classic is an important platform for activities such as today's STEM Fest that offer valuable information for children. Mr. Rainey, can you please stand, Mr. President? Yes. And another long-standing supporter of the Bayou Classic, the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, of which we thank Executive Director Lisa Freeman for being with us here today. Ms. Freeman, can you please stand? All right. And please see a list of all of our other amazing sponsors on the boards at the entrance of the dome and at the side of the stage as well. If any of our other Bayou Classic sponsors have joined us today, can you please stand if you are here with us, our other sponsors? Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right. Today, our hosts and the hosts of the Bayou Classic annually for at least 50 years, the remarkable Caesars Superdome. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Superdome, and as one of the big three that helped create the Dome back in 1975, Bayou Classic has been celebrating this important anniversary for the New Orleans community. So please help me in welcoming General Manager of Legends Global, Caesars Superdome, and the Smoothie King Center, Mr. Evan Holmes.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to many of you. Good to see a lot of familiar faces. So on behalf of Legends Global and the Louisiana Stadium and Exposition District, I think we have one of our current commissioners walked in, Mr. Cedric Richmond, had walked in as we were in the presentation, and a former commissioner, Henry Baptiste, who both have worked very closely with us and are absolute supporters of this event. We're glad to have everybody back. As mentioned, Superdome this year is 50 years old. Hard to believe when you look around this facility and you look what other communities have done. We could be standing in a parking lot in some of these other communities, what they've done to their buildings about built around the same time. But given the investment of the state and the support from venues or events like the Bayou Classic, we're here today. And as mentioned, the Bayou Classic was one of the initial pillars of the Superdome's development. That, along with the Sugar Bowl and the New Orleans Saints, we wouldn't be here without the Bayou Classic. So that's a notion that doesn't go without notice for us and for our staff. And you know, we talk about community, we talk about this event being a place where come together, and we call the Superdome New Orleans living room. In the living room with the big TV and the nice couches, not the living room with the white carpet you can't wear your shoes on, but the place where people can come together and enjoy themselves. And our staff, many of whom are alums of the two universities, circle this every year on their calendar. We'll have maybe 3,500 people here working the event, and each one of them looks for this event every year in terms of their staffing requests and wants to be here because they know this is a family event. This is more than a football game, as we all know, but people that come in from out of town that don't know what this event is, many of whom are trying to replicate this event. Some of you are probably aware of some of these other communities that are looking, as Kevin mentioned previously, to replicate some of the event activity here. They'll come here and they realize that this event is different, and it's hard to put a finger on different, but when you're here and everyone here can appreciate it. So we are absolutely thrilled to have everybody back. So did want to call out some of our partners. Obviously, we do a lot of events here, and an event is really only as good as those that advocate for it and those that plan it and those that can coordinate. And the team you have here with Dottie Boletto and her team are top of the class. And we've dealt with everyone from Super Bowls down to brides for weddings. And Dottie and her team, the detail, the willingness to problem solve is something that we all really appreciate here. And I wanted to call her out and her team because you've got one heck of an advocate here. And it's a joy and a pleasure to work with Dottie and her team. So maybe for a second, give her some round of applause. And so we're excited for the week. I always tell people to remind them that Friday night is one of the most exciting nights that I've been around, that Battle of the Bands. So we look forward to having everybody back for Friday and then, of course, for the main event on Saturday. But finally, I did want to thank everyone for entrusting us in this event. We're a company that really thrives on event activity and event coordination, but getting back to my comment about Dottie and the detail, this is one of those events that we really appreciate the opportunity, and we thank both universities for the continued trust for us to continue to be here. So thank you, enjoy the week, and we'll see you Friday and Saturday.
All right, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right, now to the reason we're all gathered here today. The institutions of higher education which motivate us to join together in unity each and every year. I would like to welcome right now the president of the Southern University and A&M College System, President Dennis J. Shields.
Good morning. Welcome to the 52nd annual Bayou Classic Press Conference. And I offer greetings on behalf of the Southern University System. It's always a pleasure to be here in the great city of New Orleans, but never as much as when we celebrate the Bayou Classic that elevates culture, academic excellence, and undeniable spirits that define our historically black colleges and universities. Let me start by thanking you, Mayor Cantrell, and the City of New Orleans for your continued hospitality and partnership. Let me give a shout out to STEM Nolan and Dr. Calvin Mackey. The work that you do, not just today, but across the South, is remarkable in developing the next generation of STEM leaders. We are grateful for your association with Southern and with this great event. I'd also like to recognize my colleagues in the battle in higher education leadership, President Lamel, President Gallo, and Chancellor Pierre. These are difficult jobs in the best of times, and I am proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with these leaders as we move forward in educating the next generation of contributors to society. I also want to recognize Mayor-elect Helena Moreno, and a special shout out to Congressman Troy Carter. It is always special when you have the cell phone of your elected representatives in D.C. and somebody who is as passionate a supporter of this state and of Southern University as Congressman Carter. You have been, where'd you go? Oh, he had to leave. Okay. So everybody tell him I mentioned him in a couple of sentences. I screwed up last year. But in all seriousness, without our elected officials at the national level, protecting the interests of higher education and certainly HBCUs, we would be less well off. I also want to acknowledge Cedric Richmond, who I heard was in the room, who has, obviously you heard about a statewide investment, but he and his mother, who serve on the board, who serves on the Board of Supervisors, have been tremendous financial supporters of Southern University and alums of the institution. Thank all the elected officials, and so many of you, I probably can't mention all of you, but we appreciate your support. I have come to know Procter & Gamble and Miss Lynette Augustine, who doesn't just show up for the Bayou Classic, but shows up day in and day out in supporting our initiatives at Southern and advancing the cause of our students. You're greatly appreciated. ExxonMobil, it's remarkable what you're sponsoring today, and it's only a sample of what you've been doing over time to support Southern University and our HBCUs generally. Thank you to Caesar Superdome, our home for more than 5 decades of the Bayou Classic. Dottie Belletto of NOCCI and the Bayou Classic coordinators and committee members, including our own Southern's Al Harrell, the CEO of the Southern University System Foundation, and I saw a couple of our foundation board members, at least 3 of you in the room. If you could, we could acknowledge them. They do great work in supporting our system. Let's see a few of you. Okay, round of applause for them. Obviously, when an event like this happens, our first responders are critical to keeping us all safe, and I'm grateful to them for what they contribute. And of course, the hospitality workforce. These events don't happen without a whole lot of people putting in time to support us that sometimes don't get noticed. And of course, our faculty, staff, alumni, and supporters, and the incredible students of both Southern University and Grambling State University. This weekend is more than football. The Bayou Classic is a cultural institution that generates more than $50 million in economic impact for the city of New Orleans and brings together families, alumni, and supporters from across the nation. What began as a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry has grown into one of the most iconic traditions in college football. Yet our mission remains unchanged to provide the very best experience for our students, alumni, partners, and fans. As we celebrate the 52nd annual Bayou Classic, we honor student athletes who excel on the field, in the classroom, and in their communities. Their excellence reflects everything that makes HBCUs essential to the national landscape. I am proud to represent Southern University System, the only historically black college university system in the nation, now serving more than 14,000 students, our highest enrollment since 2010. Across the system, we are seeing upward enrollment trends that speak to the strength of our academic programs, community partnerships, and student support efforts. As we observe 145 years of Southern University, we continue building on the legacy rooted in access, excellence, and impact across our system, which includes the Southern University and A&M College, the Southern University at New Orleans, Southern University at Shreveport, the Southern University Law Center, and the Southern University Agricultural and Research Extension Center. Together, they shape one of the most influential educational ecosystems in the country. Thank you also to the individual who keep our athletics program moving forward with resilience and purpose. My thanks to interim head coach Fred McNair, athletic director Roman Banks, and our student athletes who continue to compete with determination and heart. Also, no Bayou Classic would be complete without two of the greatest bands in the world. The often imitated but never duplicated Human Jukebox and the Fabulous Dancing Dolls, led by Dr. Kedrick Taylor. Thank you for all your work. Also, the world-famed Tiger Marching Band, led by Dr. Nicole Roebuck. The artistry and showmanship inspire audience across generations. Thank you again to our sponsors, partners, alumni, and thousands of supporters who make Bayou Classic a generational tradition. As we look towards the next 50 years, we remain committed to elevating this weekend, expanding opportunities for our students, and strengthening the legacies of HBCUs nationwide. I'd like to make sure and recognize Vice Chair Reggie Abraham of the Board of Supervisors. I don't know if there's any other supervisors present. Have a safe and memorable weekend. Enjoy the game. And as always, go Jags!
All right, also joining us today from the Southern University and A&M College System, Chancellor John K. Pierre.
Good morning. What an honor to be here in the city of New Orleans. You've heard President Shield talk about the fact that Southern University has been around 145 years, and it began in the city of New Orleans in 1880. And thank God for those visionary leaders like P.B.S. Pinchback, Henry Demas, T.T. Allen, who were here, who had a dream and a vision for the people who they knew needed the educational services most. We have been a beacon of educational opportunities. So members of our board of directors and board of supervisors, foundation, elected officials, it is an honor to be here, and particularly today, thanks to the work of ExxonMobil and others, STEM NOLA, because Southern University, as an 1890 land grant, is the proper place to be part of the mission of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So when you look at this wonderful city, this place that has created an ecosystem for education, most people don't realize the role that New Orleans had on creating higher education for African Americans. Dillard University, Leland College, Southern University, Xavier University, 100 years ago, sharing their history. And all of these particular places had a role, and the interconnection between these institutions cannot be denied. 100 years ago, a fellow by the name of Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones graduated from Southern University and became the longest serving president at Grambling College, now Grambling State University. So the interconnection between our institutions, we are part of a greater ecosystem. And with the challenges this nation faces today, HBCUs are needed more than ever. Our relevance in the 21st century continues to be astronomical. And because we bring together so many people that have transformational impacts, alums like Lynette Augustine, look at what she's doing and look at what the possibilities can be. And we look at all of the things that are part of the festivities behind the Bayou Classic. But we must remember that the institutions were created to educate and elevate. And that is the beauty of what we celebrate each and every year in New Orleans, is that ability to know that those two institutions that are considered rival, but they're really not rivals, because we all work in the same space, one in North Louisiana, one in South Louisiana, with the idea that when those individuals who come to us, most of them first-generation students, most of them on Pell, not coming from families that have lots of resources, when they leave the institutions, they go out to the world and make the world better, and they become transformational change agents. So welcome to the Bayou Classic. Welcome to the great city of New Orleans. And I'm always remembering 20 years ago the struggles that the city of New Orleans had. And thank God they had leaders like Mayor Cantrell, who fought to bring people back, and people like Congressman Carter in Richmond and others who fought to make sure that New Orleans would continue to be a beacon in this country. God bless New Orleans. God bless the Bayou Classic. God bless Southern University and A&M College and Grambling State University.
God bless you. Amen.
Thank you so much, Chancellor Pierre. We are also honored to welcome Dr. Rick Gallo, the President and CEO of the University of Louisiana System.
Well, good morning. I'd like to thank all of the presenters today who thanked everybody that I had planned to thank. So I'll skip that part and just say how great it is to be here. My son Christopher asked me last night, said, "Dad, do you remember your first Bayou Classic?" I said, "Yeah, it was at the Tulane Stadium." So I guess that dates me. But I think that shows the resilience of these two institutions to year after year continue to put both of our universities on a world stage to show what great HBCUs look like. And so I want to thank everyone who has a role in doing that. I'd also like to thank Governor Jeff Landry, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, and the Culture, Recreation, and Tourism Division for their continued support, as well as Senate President Cameron Henry and members of the Louisiana Senate, as well as Representative and Speaker Philip DeVilliers and members of the House of Representatives who continue year after year to support financially the Bayou Classic. I'd also like to say a special shout out to Dr. Calvin Mackey. We had the opportunity to partner with STEM NOLA back in 2019, just before COVID, and the work they do is amazing. It's phenomenal, and the work that they do sets students on a course where they will want to come to a Southern University and to a Grambling and understand what STEM is all about. So, again, thank you all for being here. God bless you all. Go Grambling.
All right, and now from Grambling State University, President Dr. Martin Lamel, Jr.
Good morning. Well, I brought my people with me, and look where we've all come from. In 1901, Grambling State University was founded, the place where everybody is somebody. Here in 2025, we celebrate 124 years of excellence, and we continue to be the place where everybody is somebody, but the #1 institution in the state of Louisiana for social and economic mobility. And so what does that mean, Prayers? That means that we continue to find pathways and possibilities for our students to not only attend Grambling State University, but graduate. I brought my people with me, like Dr. Tammy Richardson, who leads our National Alumni Association. And when we think about the moral arc of history, Chancellor Pierre, President Shields, President Gallo, we think about the fight for Grambling State University and the fight for Southern University. When we think about HBCUs in our country, we contribute $16.5 billion annually in economic impact. And so that speaks to the work that we do and the partnerships that we have with organizations like Procter & Gamble and ExxonMobil. And so we continue to find ways to share the HBCU story. I brought my people with me, and let me tell you where we've come from. I've got Dr. Nicole Roebuck here. We call her the Queen of the Ballads, and she leads the world-famed Tiger Marching Band. From humble beginnings with a few instruments from Sears Roebuck to being the organization and unit that has performed in more Super Bowls than anyone else, the world-famed Tiger Marching Band continues to contribute excellence. And I brought my people with me, and let me tell you where we've come from. I've got Coach Mickey Joseph here. In the tradition of HBCU football and excellence from Eddie Robinson, Grambling State University G-Men have 15 national championships and 27 SWAC championships, and the Tigers are already here in New Orleans. In New Orleans, I brought my people with me, and let me tell you where we've come from. I've got Dr. Travion Scott here with us, our Director and VP of Athletics, and our Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Kenyatta Schamberger. We are proud that we will soon break ground. Thank you, members of the Board of Regents, the University of Louisiana System Board, our Grambling Research and Resource Foundation. We will break ground on a new indoor athletic facility, best in class, that will allow us to continue to be those Tigers. In New Orleans, I brought my people with me, and let me tell you about our coordinator, our VP of Advancement, VP Brandon Logan, who is currently leading progress and sustainability here at Grambling State University. And in April of 2026, we will open the new Student Success Center, where we will continue to ensure that students have a pathway and a possibility for excellence at Grambling State University. New Orleans, we love you. We thank you for the investment. We thank you for everyone who has contributed to the history that is Bayou Classic. Go Tigers.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lamel. Really appreciate that. And of course, we could not celebrate the Bayou Classic without recognizing our bands from both universities, right? Critical to the traditions of Bayou Classic, we're happy to have both band directors with us today to celebrate this annual Bayou Classic. Right now, welcome the band director from the Southern University Human Jukebox Marching Band, Kedrick Taylor.
Good morning. First, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be here before you. Without him, I would not be here, and this would not be possible. So I just definitely want to thank God. President Shields, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here as well. Chancellor Pierre, thank you as well. Board of Supervisors, we thank you all as well. It's hard to talk about the Bayou Classic without mentioning the legendary Dr. Isaac Greggs, who was definitely a part of making this what it is today. The ballad bands, the game day experience. Dr. Greggs was an icon. He was the engine behind the Human Jukebox and the main reason we are where we are today. He would always tell us the tallest building will tumble down if it's not rooted on solid ground, meaning that the foundation is strong. That's how you build a machine, what we call the Human Jukebox. We are locked in. The stage is already set. Our band has been grinding early mornings, late evenings, pushing for the next level of precision and power. The students know the standard of excellence, and I would describe excellence as the product of hard work and extra effort that creates the difference between an acceptable job and an outstanding job. So when we step in the dome, we're not just playing music, we're creating the atmosphere. We're setting the tone. We're bringing the energy and showmanship that have made the Human Jukebox legendary. Starting with the Battle of the Bands to the kickoff, we plan to hype the crowd, lifting our team, and reminding everybody why the game day experience the bands are here to be a part of. Remember, records go out the window when it comes to the Classic. I've been to enough Bayou Classics to know that you can be 0 forever but still win. So we are rooting our Jags on the victory. We've been chosen for the Battle of the Bands in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the Band of the Year. The Southern University Human Jukebox will be competing for #1. Just know we want to represent our fans, our students, and the community. Our students take pride in representing our university. They know the legacy they're carrying, and they're very prepared to deliver a performance that lives up to the tradition here at Southern University. So this weekend, we're bringing the sound and the power. Thank you, and get ready, because like President Scheer said, often imitated, never duplicated. Not even Grambling Band can recreate the Southern University Human Jukebox.
All right, now I want a clean fight. None below the belt. All right, joining us now from Grambling State University's world-famed Tiger Marching Band, band director, Dr. Nicole Roebuck.
So I can see. Honoring the legacy, igniting the future, world famed at 99. Good morning, Bayou Classic family. It is my honor and joy to join you for another unforgettable year for one of the greatest traditions in all of HBCU culture. My name is Dr. Nicole Roebuck, Chair of the Music Department and Director of Bands at Grambling State University. And today, I'm thrilled to stand before you as we celebrate not only this electrifying classic, but also a monumental milestone, 99 years of the world-famed Tiger Marching Band. I think that's a great place to clap. In my role as director of the Grambling State University world-famed Tiger Marching Band, it always brings me great pleasure to be among such amazing and distinguished platform guests. Thus, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Congressman Troy Carter Sr., the phenomenal mayor of the city of New Orleans, LaToya Cantrell, the illustrious president of my alma mater, Grambling State University, Dr. Martin LaMille Jr., the president of Southern University A&M College System, President Dennis Shields, University of Louisiana System, President CEO, Dr. Rick Gallo, and our corporate platform guests, Kevin Ferguson, Vice President of External Affairs of New Orleans and Company, Lynette Augustine, Procter & Gamble Global Innovation Oral Care Director. I say thank you to all of you for your continued support of the Bayou Classic. For nearly a century, the world fame has set the global standard for musical excellence, showmanship, precision, and innovation. From the Super Bowl to presidential inaugurations, from Africa to Tokyo, our band has served as a cultural ambassador for what HBCU's music, artistry, and spirit truly represents. Generations of audiences, young and old, near and far, have seen in the world fame not just entertainment, but excellence, discipline, and a living legacy of Black brilliance. As we celebrate 99 historic years, we understand deeply the responsibility of carrying such a legacy forward. This year, we're capitalizing on every performance, whether on the field, on national television, or across social media. By investing in our students, elevating our musicianship, and expanding our artistry reach. Each show is not simply a performance. It's a branding of world-famed excellence, a reminder of who we are and how far we've come. And on Saturday at the Bayou Classic, the world-famed Tiger Marching Band is ready to deliver the high-energy, high-impact, heart-pounding performance that has made this band legendary. Our musicians have trained relentlessly. Our dancers, our drumline, our featured twirler, and our full ensemble are prepared to bring a show that honors the 99-year heritage while boldly stepping into our next century of greatness. True to our nature,
the world-famed Tiger Marching Band has expanded the awareness and uniqueness of black music by way of audiences from all walks of life. Our legacy is filled with engaging tones and exceptional accuracy in dance movements that offer homage to the genius of black music that has been electric for decades. Throughout our band's history, we've been intentional in leading audiences to feel the power and the personification of music that began with our ancestors. So, it is in respect to them that we perform with exceptional timing and lyrics that speak to the soul. So herein is our truth. We don't just perform, we transform the field. We don't just march, we electrify the atmosphere. And we don't just represent Grambling State University, we represent pride, power, and the unstoppable spirit of HBCUs everywhere. As we prepare to make history once again at the Bayou Classic, I invite you to celebrate with us, cheer with us, and witness the legacy that has shaped countless lives and inspired audiences worldwide. Here's to 99 years of the world-famed Tiger Marching Band, world-famed excellence, and to the incredible century ahead. We are the world-famed. And on Saturday, we're ready to show up and show out. I say thank you, and I hope all of you will be mesmerized by the performances of the spectacular event of both bands. Thank you.
I don't know about y'all, but both the directors got me fired up, all right? I wish the band was here tonight, all right? We're excited to see both bands on the field this Friday night as they battle out during the annual Bayou Classic Greek Show and Battle of the Bands. You all know they're going to put on a show for both sides, am I right? Tickets are limited but still available to this great event. And don't forget Bayou Classic's newest event, by the way, Beats Before Battle, presented by Sprite, outside of the Dome right before Battle of the Bands. This new free event is the ultimate tailgate celebration before we move into the Dome on Friday nights. And this and none of the Bayou Classic will be successful without some great individuals who helped lead the way. So we would like to recognize and thank the coordinators of the Bayou Classic from both universities. So from Grambling, Brandon A. Logan, can you please stand? Where's Brandon? Right there. Executive Director of the Grambling Research and Resource Foundation Incorporated, thank you for being here. And Alfred E. Hill III, please stand. Yes. CEO of Southern University's System Foundation, thank you all so much for taking the time, energy, and dedication you put toward Bayou Classic each and every year. We would also like to recognize and thank the committees from both Southern and Grambling that helped make Bayou Classic a big success. So I ask that those of you who are part of the committee to please stand and be recognized. Don't be shy. All right, now onto the real reason why we're here today. Our student athletes and those that lead them to be the best out on the field. So right now, please welcome the interim head coach of Southern University, Coach Fred McNair.
Just want to thank President Shields, Chancellor Pierre, Coach Banks, board members, everybody for giving me this opportunity to be the interim coach here at Southern University. I've embraced it as a great moment of being a part of a leader here at Southern. And on Saturday, you will see two defined teams as Grambling and Southern come in this stadium, in this dome, and compete, blood, sweat, and tears, for one ultimate goal, is to win. As the Jaguar Nation shows up, the University of Southern University Jag will show out. And I want to thank you guys. I've known Mickey for a while. Mickey, we coached for another school once before together. He was the receiver coach and I was the quarterback coach. So we know each other. You have two fine programs, two fine, outstanding coaches that's going to come in this dome and coach our butts off for that one ultimate goal. And we hope that everybody will be in attendance and show up for this great one big occasions as this football program come aboard. As we know, our students not only prevail on the football field, but they prevail in the classroom as well. So we have to acknowledge that, these student athletes that come out and participate in this sport each and every day, for us coaches, for us at them and chew them out during the course of practice and still be able to go in the classroom and do their job. Not only in the classroom, but in the community as well. So we'd like to thank each and every one of these football players that's going to come in this dome on Saturday and try and give you guys a great show. Go Jags.
Thanks, Coach. And now let's welcome Grambling University head coach Mickey Joseph.
First of all, I want to give thanks to Almighty God. And I want to thank everybody, because everybody been thanking all these people. So I'm going to just thank everybody. Thank my bosses, Dr. Gallo and Dr. Lemare, and our wonderful VPs. I want to thank the city of New Orleans for having me. I want to thank the Southern Board, the Southern representatives. I want to thank everybody, because this event this year was a little different from me last year. Last year I was a rookie. Now I'm a second-year vet. If you focus on what we're doing on the field, we have this thing turned a little bit. We have it turned in the right direction. When we came in the first time, we said we want to restore the order. No, the order was already restored. We had to come up with something else. One family, one legacy. When I say one family, family united together, striving for excellence, and we're going to get to that legacy. So when we take the field on Saturday, our coaches, our players, they know the impact of this game. They know this game means something, but this game, it's not a rivalry, you're right, because last year after the game, I can see our players and our coaches hugging the Southern players, hugging the Southern coaches, you know, because only for 3 hours, family is going to be divided. After that, they're going to get back together. Just over, you know, if you're over the holidays, your family plays spades. They playing a little spades, and then after the spades game over, everybody's good. And that's how it's going to be said. We want to put on a show. Like I said, I've been knowing Fred a long time. We agreed this time. We never really agreed too much in 13. He didn't want to throw certain routes, and I wanted to run certain routes. So, but I've been knowing Fred a long time, know his family. He's a great coach, but he's an even better person. And I also want to recognize Ro Brown. Ro Brown's probably the first sports reporter that my family trusted. He did a really good job with us in reporting on our family. So come Saturday, the Grambling State Tigers will be ready. Southern University Jaguars will be ready. We're going to battle for 3 hours. Then after that, we're going to go back and become that one big family, because when Southern's not playing Grambling, I'm rooting for Southern. Because at the end of the day, this is the boot, and we take care of the boot. Thank you.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Congrats to both teams in advance. Don't forget, kickoff is set for 1 p.m. on Saturday. And we also want to recognize the folks joining us today, the head of our athletic teams at both universities, Mr. Roman Banks, Director of Athletics for Southern University. Please stand wherever you are. Yes, sir. There you go. And Dr. Travion Scott, the Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics for Grambling State University. Thank you both for being with us today. All right, so throughout the years, in addition to the football game, the Bayou Classic has become known for many educational, fun-filled, family-oriented events and activities taking place before the game. So this year, we have a few, so you can take some notes, you can, all right? So the Bayou Classic Parade is on Thanksgiving Day. Join us Thursday afternoon as we parade the Bayou Classic spirit through downtown New Orleans starting at 3 p.m. Friday is our Business at Bayou Classic events at the Hyatt Regency New Orleans, a black business showcase of non-profit, corporate, and local businesses. And we know already the legendary Greek show presented by Sprite and the Battle of the Bands presented by Louisiana Office of Tourism on Friday night will open this year with the 4th annual Invitational High School Battle of the Bands. Tickets are still available for this not-to-be-missed show and will be a sellout, very much so. These kids are so talented.